Hello and welcome to the new Media Zone. Ed and Dave here. Ed and Dave with you with our special holiday show this year. Now we did invite, last year we had our friend Jim down, but he was not available.
That's correct.
But we extend our holiday greetings to Jim and we'll have him in soon.
Right.
Now tonight we've got kind of a flying by the seat of our pants. Is that the correct
That
term?
is that. Well, it's a term.
Yes. We got a couple bits here. We don't know if they're going to be on this show or the next show. So we're going to... I know what we do have on this show is we're going to go over our top 10 holiday favorite specials.
Ooh.
And we'll see if any of these are yours or you think what you would do as a top 10 list. Now, last year we did on our Christmas and New Year shows the top 5 because we had 3 of us here. So we did one top TV shows and top movies. But tonight, our top 10, we're going to mix them together.
You know, I woke up this morning during this fine holiday season
Oh, yeah.
to the knowledge that both Michael Nesmith and Jimmy Buffett are still dead.
Oh.
And my daughter's moving to New York City.
Oh, no.
Oh, I don't like that idea one bit.
I don't like visiting New York
No,
City.
I won't. I told her. I said, as long as you're living there, I'll never see you. I said, you'll have to get me set up on this new technology called Zoom.
Yeah, that's the best way to check in if somebody's in New York City.
And I'll have to, and that's the only way I can see her. Right now, I see her every week when she comes back to do her laundry.
Yeah, that's nice. And when is she moving down there?
Well, it's not going to be for a while.
Oh, wow.
It's going to be probably in about 8 or 9 months. Oh.
Okay, well, these are some of the changes that happen when you get older and...
That's right. Kind of like what, Ed? High blood pressure and cataracts.
Right.
Yeah.
And deaths, which we'll be talking about on the next show.
Okay.
But we are going to do our top 10 list.
All right.
And you don't have them in any particular order.
I don't. And they're not real.
Can you save what would be your favorite for number 1?
Yeah.
Just to build up to the climax? So to
I don't
speak.
think it'll be climactic for anybody. Probably half these people don't know the movie. And it's probably... What am I doing?
Is your mug in the frame? Make sure you get your...
I don't know.
I had explained to Dave what these were because you've never seen Christmas Vacation.
Right. I guess, yeah,
which is not on your list, apparently, right?
No. Chevy Chase is not allowed on my list.
Okay.
Well, it's one I was on my list last year.
Okay. Why don't you start with your, what we're going to call number 10.
Well, you call it that, but it's... all right, I will say, of everything I wrote down here, my least favorite I will put down as Frosty the Snowman.
Okay.
From 1969 with that ever-famous Jackie Vernon doing the voice of Frosty the Snowman. What's he often say? Happy birthday or something?
Happy birthday.
Yeah.
And Jimmy Durante.
Yep, Jimmy Durante. Look him up, kids. That would be my number 10. I would say that would be the least favorite of the ones on this list.
Look up our
Yes.
Ghosts of Christmas Past show where my brother did his own soundtrack to the Frosty cartoon.
I also, at the end, isn't it, when they're on the sleigh?
Yes.
Going through the air. Watch that, because Frosty is... something's going on between Frosty and the chick in that sleigh. That doesn't look right.
Ooh. That kid earlier, there was odd noises.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh. So, number 10, I think I mentioned this on TV last year. I'm putting the Happy Days Christmas episode. The first one, early on when they were filming with a camera. Well, I liked the first 2 seasons better, and Fonzie wasn't, turning things on with his bumping his hands. This was a more grounded episode, but a nice episode where Fonzie didn't have anywhere to go for Christmas.
Oh.
And it's just a nice episode of a 70s comedy, I guess.
That's not on my list because I never saw it. Well, actually, there's something on my list that I've never seen.
Okay.
That's how it's one of my favorites. I've never seen it.
Okay.
We're going to move on now?
Yes, you move on to your next
I'm going to do like all the TV ones first.
Okay.
My next one would be Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer from 1964. Wasn't that a Rankin and Bass?
Yeah.
Didn't they all do like Santa Claus Coming to Town, The Year Without Santa, The Little Drummer Boy, none of which made my list, by the way. But that's all that Rankin and Bass animation.
We just lost Rankin or Bass. I think it was Bass this
I
year.
don't know. Yeah, I noticed one of them did pass away.
And
Or as Matthew McConaughey would say, moved on.
Move On. That's a good one.
Yes.
Now, on our DVD releases next week, they put all of those Rankin Bass shows into a DVD collection or Blu-ray.
Ooh.
So if you're looking for all of them, and I would like to watch that Little Drummer Boy again, because there was a lot of, I think, Jewish Israeli. Wasn't there a lot of conflict in that with the
Oh, I don't remember.
sheiks and things? And I don't know. I want to watch that again.
I haven't seen that in so long that it could have just gone over my head at the time.
Yeah. I think it was very graphic for a kid's show, and the Little Drummer Boy, which I think the original story had nothing to do with Arabs and things running down little sheeps, and very graphic. So, my number 9 here is those 70s Christmas Carol cartoons. There was 2 of them in the early 70s. One was more of a Hanna-Barbera style, but a spooky ghosts in that, I recall. And they're on YouTube. You can watch them. And then there was another one that was on ABC that had it was still images. They were but it was very detailed artwork. 2 Christmas Carol TV specials from the 70s you should check out.
All right. Mine is the Rich Little... No, it's not.
We'll put that in there. Did Jim include that as his favorite?
I don't know if he put it as a favorite or just was making fun of it
Mm-hmm.
and mentioned that. But mine would be, to stick with my TV theme, it's one of my favorites, The Grinch.
Yeah.
From 1966 with Boris Karloff. Let's not get confused with this Jim Carrey guy who sounds like he's got dentures that are moving around in his mouth. How the Grinch Stole Christmas, the 1966 one with Boris Karloff. That's a classic. That's a great one.
Yep. That'll be up later on my list. I put number 8, The Year Without a Santa Claus.
Oh, I mentioned that just a few seconds ago, Ed.
Yes. Now, this was the one with the Heat Miser and the Snow Miser.
Okay.
Which, years ago, before these shows popped up everywhere, they always remembered the Heat Miser and the Snow Miser, but they couldn't tell you what show it was on. Well, here it was, The Year Without a Santa Claus. And Mickey Rooney did a lot of Santa on a lot of these specials.
Oh, that's right.
Seemed to be a good Santa.
All right. I'm moving on to my list of films. And I'm going to go with a classic, although I've never seen it. But it's considered a classic, and the only reason why I put it on the list was I happened to see a little blurb on YouTube about this actress who was in this film, and by God, was she gorgeous!
Huh.
The 1947 Miracle on 34th Street with Edmund Gwynn and Maureen O'Hara. Oh, I was watching her on that Hunchback of Notre Dame, the 1939, as Esmeralda. It's black and white.
Yeah.
Oh, but boy. Boy, she was a hottie. And then I saw some of the later films she did with John Wayne, The Quiet Man, and that with that fiery red hair and those eyes. Oh, I think I'm going to watch this movie just to see her. Just to stare at her. I'm not even going to care what goes on in the film. I'm just going to look at her.
See, I believe she was in a movie later on with John Candy.
Yes. Uncle Buck, was it?
No.
No, what was it?
I forget now.
I think it was her last, may have been her
One
last
of her
role.
last, yeah. Who was the one that was Tarzan's Jane? That wasn't Maureen.
Maureen O'Sullivan.
Yeah, okay. This was Maureen O'Hara.
Maureen O'Hara.
And you haven't seen this.
I haven't seen it.
It's in black and white, this version. With
Well,
Natalie Wood, right?
I don't know. I haven't seen it.
You should see it. You're so excited over
I'm gonna, Ed. But when you gave me this list to put together, it was only 2 days ago. I had not yet had the opportunity.
You never saw even bits and pieces of it?
Well, like a line or two.
Yeah.
It just never was something that was I thought it would be a little schmaltzy for my taste. But as I have aged and through my cataracts, I watch these bad schmaltzy Hallmark films. I should go see this Miracle on 34th Street.
Yeah, you should see that.
Yeah,
I should actually see it.
I think I'm going to watch it. Just for her. Oh, we got to see her as Esmeralda with the hair parted in the middle. Oh, bringing water to the hunchback. Ooh, sexy in all her dirt and filth.
God.
Oh, God, I love that.
I do remember, if you remember this one, there was a 1970s version of Miracle on 34th Street with...
George C. Scott?
No.
Oh, no, he did Scrooge.
Dan Hartman, was that his name? And Sebastian Cabot.
Was it Steve Hartman? I don't know who it was. No, that's Steve Hartman. But wasn't
Roddy
was
McDowell?
it David Hartman?
David Hartman, yeah.
Was the guy who used to be like on the morning show?
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
That has been buried, whoever put that out.
There's been quite a few versions of it, I think.
Yeah. The number 7 is the Alistair Sim Christmas Carol, which many people say is the best one.
What year is that?
That's the 53, I think.
Oh, only a few years after this one.
Yeah.
But it doesn't have Maureen O'Hara.
No.
Oh.
I'm going to look up some publicity stills. I bet she's showing a lot of gam in those.
No, I don't know. I don't know.
And decollage, as they call
But
it.
that's not really what drew me to it. It was when I saw her in Hunchback of Notre Dame. I was like, oh my. Like, you go back to some... Let's go off topic just for a second.
Okay.
Oh, you go back to those classic beauties of the 30s and 40s. Ava Gardner. I mean, not the one from Earthquake. Not that one, because that's, Earthquake one, no. Ava Gardner. Oh, my goodness. Maureen O'Hara. Ann Sheridan. Angels with Dirty Faces. Oh, go check out. I Was a Male War Bride. Oh, go check out the old Ann Sheridan. Look her up on Wikipedia. Ann Sheridan died very young. Had the cancer.
Oh,
I think she was only like 51, 52. Oh, go check out her films from the 30s and 40s. That's what you got to look for. Oh, those gorgeous beauties of days past. That's what you look for.
They're still there for you to enjoy.
Oh, I enjoy
on the TCM channel.
Yes, that's my Pornhub.
Let's see. Did you do one again after my Christmas Carol?
No, I didn't do it go after. I thought your Christmas Carol was just an honorable mention.
No, that's on there.
Okay, I'm going to go with a film that you hated, and I know you'd hate it, and that's White Christmas from 1954 with Danny Kaye and who was the other guy? Bing Crosby.
Bing Crosby.
I just love that film. I don't know why. Good.
You must like the 40s. You do like a lot of 40s.
I like the old films. I used to watch the... was it TCM? They used to have the Sunday night silent movies.
Yeah.
I used to watch those. I like all that. I like the old silent films, the old gangster movies of the 30s and 40s, and then I go into those fine musicals with some people that were good, but specific ones. Danny Kaye, one of my favorites. A little iffy there, but
What is he iffy to you or other people?
Everybody. Inspector General, great movie.
The Pestle and the Vessel.
Yeah, no, that's a different one. That's the Court Jester. That's what the pestle and the pellet with the poison and the brood that is true is in the chalice from the palace. But anyway,
I've never seen that, and I told you last year I'm going to give it a try.
Oh, you're nuts!
And I did give it a try, and made it about 20 minutes in.
Yeah, you can't watch. That's not. It's too goofy for you. And you're not in.
Yeah, I'm not sure what it was, but it didn't pull me in there.
Yeah, it's just stupid. But for some reason, I like those old Danny Kaye films. But anyway, yes, White Christmas.
White Christmas. That's always on people's list, though. Speaking of White Christmas, this is number 6, Black Christmas.
Oh, Ed, no.
I don't put a horror movie on here.
You can't.
That's the one I put on. It's very creepy. It was shot in Canada with a lot of Canadian actresses and Margot Kidder. And very graphic language for 1974 as this odd guy is on the phone calling the sorority. And very graphic things he wanted to do with them in certain parts, which you didn't hear a lot of these terms in the 70s. But very creepy. This is the first one, I think, where they said the calls are coming from in the house. The guy was actually in the house.
I am going to go on record and state Christmas movies are supposed to be feel-good, happy, enjoyable, bringing joy to all, not slashing people's throats. So I will just take that film that you listed and just forget about it.
Okay.
It's not a Christmas movie.
Okay.
Just saying. People die, it's not a Christmas movie.
It was directed by Bob Clark, who a few years later would do A Christmas Story. So he
Well, that doesn't mean anything.
All aspects of Christmas.
No, that's just not right.
So what do you have as number 5-ish?
I'm going to go with It's a Wonderful Life.
Oh.
Classic from 46, I believe.
Now, I tried that once. I watched the whole thing.
Yes.
And was not impressed. This is this 40s thing, I guess. I may give it one more try.
No, don't bother. We don't want you liking it. you just stay out of our group.
Okay.
It's just a great film. But, you know, the first 2 or 3 times you see it, it's a great film.
Uh-huh.
That point forward, it's not. It's just. I will never watch it again.
What did you just say? You can watch it twice and that's it?
2 or 3 times. It's really good. I mean, it's really good. You can watch it more than that. I mean, I must have seen it 15, 16 times. But the first 2 or 3 times, you pick up on other little sad segments of the story. But that's what I'm going with. It's a Wonderful Life.
There's no wrong answers on your personal...
Yeah, your Black Christmas is wrong.
He said I did have a wrong one. Happy Days was okay, the Christmas episode.
I guess it's... because that was...
Black Christmas...
No one died in Happy Days, did they?
Okay. No.
Okay, then. Then it's a good choice.
Number 5 was, as you mentioned before, Frosty the Snowman. The classic from, what was that, 69?
69, yes.
Yeah, and we talked all about that, so we'll move on to your next one.
Oh, I gotta find my next one. I'm gonna go with a couple that are... I'm gonna end with my Hallmark movies. So I'm going with... Well, no, this one has to be my favorite. So I'm gonna go with The Most Wonderful Time of the Year. It's a Hallmark film from 2008 with Henry Winkler.
Oh, okay. There's the Fonz coming back to Christmas.
It's you know, for most, as you all know, well, maybe you don't, but those who watch some of these Hallmark movies, you know they're all the same, and you know it's always supermodels, and generally none of them can act well. But this had Henry Winkler, an actor, and it was well done, decent story, and just an enjoyable, somewhat. I don't want to say it was really relatable, but he had an interesting character in it. Henry Winkler brought some good gravitas to this film, and it was an enjoyable Hallmark offering.
For a while there, they were throwing in 70s and 80s older actors into this, but I don't think they've been doing it lately.
No, they probably don't want to pay them.
Except for the one I actually watched. It wasn't a Hallmark. Maybe it was Lifetime. Was it a Hallmark? The 80s Divas Christmas? Did you see that one?
I couldn't watch that. That's no. Their faces would melt at high temperatures.
Yeah, the fun part was trying to decide who had the most surgery, who still looks sort of like they did. And by God, that Donna Mills is 82 or something. And she looked exactly like she did in the 80s, which was kind of fake then. But but she did look good. They looked like her and realistic looking.
What about that Linda Gray?
Linda Gray looked all right. She's 82 and didn't have quite as much work done.
All right, so she looks more natural.
Yeah, Aloni Anderson had a lot done. She didn't really look like Loney, although she was funny in this bitch. She was pretty good. And I'm trying to think. Nicolette Sheraton she's only 60, so she looked all right. But that was fairly entertaining. I don't think she had a lot of work done. Okay. I think I covered all the divas. Did I miss anybody? I think I got them all. Yeah. Let's see. My turn. Number 4, How the Grinch Stole Christmas. That ranks high. Very, very classic with the songs even from, what's his name?
Thurl Ravenscroft.
Oh, yes.
Who was original Tony the Tiger.
Yep, that very deep voice. And animation was done by, I think, the ones that did Bugs Bunny. I think that was them. And... yeah, that is great. So what do you have?
I'm going off the board, Ed.
Okay.
Edward Scissorhands. Oh, it's only Scissorhands. I gotta say it right. Edward Scissorhands, which is a Christmas-ish movie.
I do believe that's the one I saw recently being thrown into the mix.
Okay.
As is this a Christmas movie? Now, does it take... I remember some summary scenes, but maybe it moved on to Christmas towards the end.
Remember, he was... like shaving the ice and all the snow. That's how the snow came down to that town or whatever. But that was a Winona Ryder, Johnny Depp. So yeah, I'm throwing that in there. Never gave it any thought as a Christmas film, but gosh darn, you can do Black Christmas. I can do Edward Scissorhands because the only one who dies is Vincent Price of a heart attack, and that's just a natural death.
Yes. Yeah, I should watch. I haven't seen that in a long time. Right. That might throw that into the Christmas list. Number 3, you didn't mention this one yet. Charlie Brown Christmas.
Nah, I didn't care for that one.
You didn't care for Charlie Brown?
Nah. I'd rather go with a movie I've never seen, like Miracle on 34th Street, than something I've seen that... Yeah.
Of course, all the classic moments in Charlie Brown, but we loved them. Remember, we did Downtown Albany. Yes. We were downtown Albany, 1986, in the freezing cold doing our Christmas show. We don't do any that nonsense
That wasn't
anymore.
the time I was attacked by a dog, was it?
That was the second time we went down there, and the final time.
Okay.
First time we weren't attacked by stray dogs down at the Capitol. Now I don't travel beyond that bridge going into Albany. That's my cutoff.
All right.
I think everything's gone out of that Westgate Plaza that I might have wandered into before.
No, there's
but
nothing
now,
there. There's like the odd job lots or big lots,
Yes.
that's gone. I think there's a Dollar Tree in there,
Mhm.
and maybe a Chinese food and a, I don't know,
I was going to throw this on our death list, but rest in peace to Big Lots
big lots.
in Colony.
That's
Yeah.
oh wait a minute, is that the one up on 155 in Central?
Yes.
Okay.
That was there a long time into the
was.
90s, and got many of my fine Blu-ray and DVDs over here for about $3, and it's sad to see that go. Although there is one in Troy, that's about as far as I'll go that way. That little plaza right over. Let's see, we've got my
Well,
number.
you did Charlie Brown, right?
Yeah, you got.
I got number 2. Hallmark, Love Always Santa.
Huh.
Well done, well acted, good comedic acting by this guy who he plays an author who's having a little writer's block. Corresponds with this girl, but he's now writing like Santa letters back to people just to do something to do. Blah 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 blah. Well acted, not supermodels. That's what I like about it. They just look like regular folk.
That's a good one.
Oh, it's a keeper.
Okay, my number 2. Now, this is also the guy that directed Black Christmas, but this was A Christmas Story.
No.
Have you seen A Christmas Story?
I believe in its entirety in one sitting, no. But overall, probably 20 minutes here, 20 minutes there. If you piece all those viewings together, I've seen it.
Probably, yeah. Yeah, this one, we all know the classic bits in there. And the thing about this and my number 1 choice, you can turn this on at any time. And because they're made up of different segments, there's a story that goes through, but there's a lot of segments in Christmas Story, like the lamp leg bit and the kids in the school and sticking you're watching it, so you know it's coming, but they're in different, you don't know if that's the next bit that's coming up. So it's not like you've seen it 100 times what you have, but there's different bits. I think that's what makes this and the first one more watchable over and over.
My favorite part of it is fa ra 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 ra.
Yeah, could you do that today?
I don't know if you can. I just did.
Darren McGavin, of course. I liked him from
Right.
The Night Stalker. He's in there, and then the wife just passed on, Melinda Dillon.
Right. Didn't they just do a new one?
They just did a new one, which is now in the works, working it into the TNT rotation.
Oh,
I did see that. That was on HBO last year.
Is TNT doing the 24-hour Christmas Story thing?
Yes.
Didn't they used to do that? They still
Yeah,
do
they
that?
still do it.
Well, maybe I'll not watch it there because I don't have cable.
You don't have TNT on anything?
Nope.
Oh, okay.
I trash that movie, although I'm sure it's wonderful. And
It's
lovely.
set in the 40s time, which you like.
But it
and-
wasn't filmed in the 40s.
No, it wasn't.
Well, then that,
It's
there's your
filmed
problem.
in the ancient days of 1983 now, which is an old time. I'm thinking that's 40 years, if my math is correct.
Did you know that from 1970 until now, that's the same amount of time from between 1917 and 1970?
Yeah, it is odd when you think of these time things now.
I try not to.
Yeah, it seems like time is moving faster now than when we were stuck in bad jobs and bad schools.
All right, my number 1.
Okay.
Film you'll also hate. Well, I love it. The Bishop's Wife. Cary Grant and some other chick.
I can't say I wouldn't like that. I've never seen that, although I did see something it was based on. I think it was Demi Moore was in.
I think it was Denzel Washington and Whitney Houston, the preacher's wife, or something like that.
Yeah, I think that's it.
No, don't see that one. No, I mean,
Yeah, I like Cary Grant. I would watch that.
that was
one.
a good. It was a good film. It's David Niven, Cary Grant, Monty Woolley, from the area, died in the area.
Oh.
I think he's buried in Saratoga. I don't know, something like that. But just a good film. A little sappy, but a very enjoyable film. And I always watch that every year. And I will see it because it's on YouTube.
Okay. Yeah, check YouTube if you don't have cable or things. A lot of people will throw that up and screw the copyright infringement there.
That's right.
So my number one, I go back and forth between this and number two. Which one would I watch more? Do I like more? But I'm putting National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation, which, upon its first viewing in the theater, I wasn't all that thrilled with.
Okay.
Because it wasn't quite as gritty or graphic as the other two. There was no boobs. The other two had...
You can't make a Christmas movie and have nudity, so that's acceptable.
Okay, that's okay. Although
Murders and nudity makes your Christmas movie for you?
No, it was just a difference in the Lampoon vacation movies. Which is why there's no boobs in Christmas Vacation. Although she does have a low cutout where there's cleavage showing.
I go lovely Hallmark movies.
Yes.
And you're throwing boobs and murders.
Well, this one doesn't have that in it, which is why I didn't like it at first. But now, you know, I love it. I love it
because there was no nudity.
Yeah, it wasn't. But that now, as I think of it, though, they did kill a cat in Christmas Vacation, so it did still have that gritty vacation type humor in it, and a few other things. And you know, Cousin Eddie had a plate in his head. There were some things, but. That is, whenever that's done.
I think in real life that guy might have a plate in his head. That Randy.
Oh yes. So there you have it. We had a whole ton of stuff here, but only our top 10. Now it's Christmas Day. If I have to edit a thing out, we gotta play the game.
Oh, we gotta do it this show. Can't do it next show.
We actually could, and maybe we will since. Oh, you have it there.
Yeah, I do.
We have so much on the next show, and this is Christmas. Why don't we do it? I think we can get it in.
All
right. Pick a winner there, Dave. We would like to give away some tickets on the Christmas show.
All right. The winner is... Oh, God, if I can open it. Pete Borini.
Okay.
I'm assuming it's Borini.
Yeah.
4 and 5, no spin.
Oh, okay. He doesn't want to spin and take a chance to win more or possibly lose them. So maybe he was smart with this decision.
All right. 4 and 5.
4 and 5. Let's see if we've got a winner. It's been a while since we've had a winner here.
Oh, Jaws.
Oh, that's got to be a winner.
That's probably one of your favorite Christmas movies.
No Christmas in that one. I'm thinking Jaws 4 might have had some Christmas in it.
Oh, I don't know. And what did he say? 5?
5. Okay. Let's see.
Oh! Look at that, Ed.
Now, it's been some time. Do you still have poppers over there?
Oh, I don't know. I don't know, Ed. Poppers are right here, Ed.
All right.
Are we ready?
We are ready. We have not done this in quite some time. Go! Oh! Oh, yes. I know.
Oh.
I know you love that. That's some good ones.
Oh, I'm sure these are nice carcinogens.
Oh, God.
That a person of my age cannot afford to have in their body.
All right, so we want to wish everybody a Merry Christmas. Had a lot of fun. Go watch some of these. Maybe we gave you some ideas to go see. Go take a look for. And we'll see you next week with our New Year's show.
Ooh. The New Media Zone has been a Cable 2000 production.